Welcome back to the channel that makes teaching more sustainable and learning more powerful. Be sure to subscribe below if that's your thing, but by the end of today's video, you're gonna have access to a free tool that helps your students catch up on the days that they were absent, allows them to study for the upcoming test, and even allows them to focus in on the content that they are struggling with. Let's go. Anyone who has worked in education is familiar with this situation. A student walks in, having been gone for several days, and they come up to you and ask you, "Did I miss anything important?" "No, Billy. We've just been hanging out, talking about sports and stuff." In all reality, you probably shouldn't use sarcasm with your students, but today there's actually a place that you can send your students to allow them to get caught up on some of the days that they missed. Not to replace you as an instructor, but instead to supplement some of the information that they missed while they were gone. And it's all thanks to our friends over at Magic School. They don't sponsor this video, but they provide so many tools for free that it's just worth promoting. But take a look at how easy this is. You simply provide your students a link, and then the student is going to click into the tool. Once the student clicks into the tool, the AI is going to provide them all of the different material that you went over so that they themselves can select what they need to work on. Whether that be because they're struggling with that concept or whether they were gone that day, the AI is going to focus in on that particular material. So you can just select something like auto insurance. And it gives you a question right on the top. It says, what type of car insurance is legally required in most states? Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this question wrong by saying A, collision. The correct answer is, of course, liability. But it says it's incorrect. It tells them what the correct answer is and then gives them an explanation. And I particularly designed this into the tool where the student is required to explain back to the AI why the correct answer is the way it is before they're allowed to proceed. But as the educator, you get to design the tool however you want. So if you want the student to have to work on the errors that they make, you can have the AI pause and work with the student exactly how you instruct them to. But if you want them to do just rapid fire questions, you can set up the tool to work like that as well. It's totally up to you. If you're interested in a step-by-step guide on how to give any of the AI tools to your students, I walked through how to do that, and you can check out that video right here. But for today's tool, you can find it under Magic Students, right where it says Rooms. Click into Rooms. In the top right-hand corner, click Create Room. Then select Quiz Me. And once you're in Quiz Me, you want to fill out that form, paying close attention to the topic or exam to quiz your students. That is the section where you provide the instructions for how you want this tool to work with your students. And underneath that, where it says Add File, that is where you're going to provide all of the materials that you want the AI to know about when it is catching your students up. No need to reinvent the wheel on this though. You should already have materials that you simply need to attach to this tool. So I like to attach PowerPoints or the test itself. Simply provide what you're already giving your students. Just a couple of quick practical tips with the Quiz Me tool. First of all, be sure to be specific with your instructions. If, for example, you don't say, give multiple choice questions, the AI tool is just going to start assuming what sort of questions are the best, which means it might start throwing in some short answer questions. Second, to make sure that the tool performs exactly how you want, be sure to hit the preview button on the right-hand side before assigning it to your students. Every once in a while, the tool is not going to behave exactly how you want it to, and it's always a good idea to test it before you provide it to your students. It is also important to note that AI is not always perfect. Sometimes it makes mistakes, but it is less likely to make a mistake if you yourself provide the content. And also, as a teacher, sometimes I'll motivate my students and I tell them, if they find AI making a factual mistake, I'll give them a bonus point if they can point it out. But what I don't tell them is that the real reason I do this is so that they pay particularly close attention to their study materials. And so far, it's worked out pretty well. I'm Luke with Groovy Education. We train schools on responsible AI integration, and if you've made it this far, you should hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're interested in hiring us, you can use the link in the description below. We also have access to a school community where you can gain access to hundreds of different AI resources, including my own personal prompt vault. That link is also in the description below. But until next time, see ya.